Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Top 9 Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you are listening to this on Apple, subscribe, write a review. If you're listening to this on Spotify, I'm not really sure what you do there, but keep on listening, baby. I'm Tom Cassidy. With me today is my co-host, Adele Carollo.
Hi, welcome to the episode.
We got some star power in the building tonight, my friends. All right, this is my friend from the Are You Garbage Comedy Podcast, Kevin Ryan.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is fantastic.
Thanks for coming in, Kev.
Of course.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. Had a bad start to the day, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Tell us about it. We
Yeah.
got time.
I was down at my mother's house today, or I stayed there last night visiting family, the whole 9 yards. You know,
Sweet broad.
It's nice. She's a nice broad. That one makes a
Mhm.
hell of a pork roll and egg sandwich in the morning.
I can see that in her eyes.
She knows her way around a skillet. And I had this to record today at 3:00. I was like, you know what? I'll get up. Nice easy day. Leave the house around 11 or so. Not have a gun to my head. Not be late. You know.
Sure.
I get on the turnpike, heading all the way up to New York City. I stop off about an hour into the trip. I was like, I'll grab a Starbucks coffee, treat myself.
Absolutely. You
Things are
deserve
doing
it.
all right.
You work hard.
I work hard, and waiting in line, realized I forgot my wallet down at my mother's house.
Holy
Oy.
shit.
Had to
Oh,
turn
my
all
Lord.
the way back around, get the fucking wallet. Ended up being like a 4-hour trip.
Did you already order the coffee?
I did, and I was walking up, and I went to pull out my wallet, and I was like, luckily I have I had a couple of
I was
bucks
gonna
on
say
me.
that's like embarrassing. That's like a worst fear. They foam my frothy cappuccino,
Oh, and it's
then I can't pay for
it's
it.
just it's just sitting there, and you can't get your hands on
And
it.
they
and they
think you're,
can't resell it. They're just like, bitch.
they
Yeah.
think you're a con man.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
grifter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got a fired up Kippy today.
Coming in hot, but
So did you got here right in the nick of time?
I got in the city about 15 minutes ago.
This is a fucking PSA for all of our other guests who show up
Yeah.
whenever the fuck they want to, 15 minutes late. This kid fucking forgot his wallet in Pennsylvania, and he's still early.
Come on! I even had time I bumped into you around the corner. I was eating $2 slices.
Have you been there before that place?
Yeah,
I've never stepped foot in that place.
it's dicey,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's like a
It's got an Atlantic City vibe, that pizza place.
yeah, it's a tough look.
It's a touch of Atlantic City on 42nd Street
Yeah.
or wherever the hell it is.
Yeah,
And
It ain't
Adele,
good.
your weekend, you were around a lot of babies and stuff?
Yes. Twins turned 3. My girlfriend has twin girls. They're adorable. They look opposite. One has blonde hair, blue eyes. One brown hair, brown eyes, olive complexion. It's like the cutest thing, the two of them.
Sure.
They turned 3, and all of my girlfriends are on like their 3rd. I need to play catch up
yeah.
Uh-huh.
real quick. But my baby's going to be the youngest of her crew and the favored and the baby forever. So
It's going to come out a little raisin if you don't hurry it up, honey.
It's gonna be a little overcooked.
TikTok, bitch.
You know, it's funny.
TikTok.
I put on my story like a little plans, and it works. The guys will like respond like, "Hey, wait."
Uh-huh.
You don't have a gentleman suitor in mind to be the baby daddy?
At this point, she's just going to take what she can get.
That's not true. If I did that, then it would have been a wrap. I'm too picky. I'm realizing I'm too picky. I'm trying to be less picky.
Fair
but
enough. Listen.
I'm picky.
God bless.
That's what it is.
Hey, I get it. Well, I'll just say something for my weekend. I would say this past week, I think was my best week of stand-up comedy ever. In that every
No one booed
crowd,
you? What happened?
No one booed
No one
me.
threw a tomato at you?
No tomatoes.
Yeah.
Every crowd this entire week was good, right?
That's good.
And on Saturday, I did the 7 o'clock show at New York Comedy Club. Went great. I went outside. I was like, you know what, man? I think I finally figured this shit out. It took me since 2008.
Took you 20
I feel
years,
like
but you got there,
I
yeah.
feel like I finally got it, right?
Sure.
I host a 9:15 at New York Comedy Club. Lights out. Maybe one of the best shows ever. Explosive, right? Then before the check spot, they were like, hey, can you do like a few minutes?
Sure.
Because we need a couple minutes. Usama's up there. This guy's a goddamn murderer. Usama Siddiqui. Gonna get him in here soon, whatever. Like murdering, right?
Yeah.
So I should have just kept him on for a couple extra minutes, right?
Sure.
I
He's
don't-
got the hot hand. Why are you going to go up cold?
He's wheeling. He's
You're
dealing.
you're playing with how, you know what I mean? You already won. Why go back into the game?
Exactly.
Tommy, you stink.
I got
Amateur move.
Absolutely. So he gets off. I go up. I tell this goofy joke that usually works. These people are staring at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we've already built up all of this rapport. I already killed in front of you people.
Not
It's
after
been
him.
the best show.
He's a real he's a showman.
He is.
There's sound effects, there's movements. You're up there reading the dictionary.
Plus, it's
a
like
little different.
It's the type of joke too where you need like momentum. Like I need my own momentum.
Sure.
So they're just staring at me, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" At this one broad starts getting mouthy. I'm about to fight her husband.
Sure.
This other guy's talking. I was like, "I'm gonna kick you out myself." I had a fucking meltdown
Jesus, Tommy.
in 3 minutes.
Just when you think you got this game figured out.
Just when I thought I was gonna start telling that joke when I'm opening up for you guys.
Well, that's not happening.
Yeah, we're taking it
I'm
off
gonna
the
need to see the
docket.
tape from this weekend.
Kevin's my employer.
You better toe the company line too, Tommy.
But I don't really drink when I do stand up, really.
Mhm.
And I had one like hard drink, and I think that's what fucked me up
You
too.
drink every time you come out on the road with us. What are you talking
Not until
about?
after I'm done.
You
I
have one during the show.
Not when I'm like hosting. Like I might have one after I'm done hosting. I don't have to do anything
Hey,
after
keep
I'm
an
done.
eye on you.
Yeah, please do. I need all the help I can get.
Oh, I'm not putting you up for 3 more minutes in the middle. I can tell you that
Yeah,
fucking
don't
much.
make me do 3 minutes after you guys. So what's your top 9 today, Kevin?
As you know, I like to enjoy a nice adult beverage from time to time. Some would say it's a problem, you know, for some people, but you know,
Who are those people?
I don't know. It's so funny. I come from such a line of booze bags, like just blue collar Irish drinkers, and it's not even like last night. I was with my family. It was Sunday. You know, like Sunday, we all got together because I was in town. We just started drinking like immediately. And then,
What are you
like,
drinking? Beer?
I was doing some IPAs, which I'm trying to lay off of because I'm getting fat again, you know. But it's just to put it, my stepdad really likes to booze to the point where it's a problem. He's got to go get some tests done, and like the test came back like for his liver, like not bad but not great. So it was like a good news, and my
He was
brother
sick before, right? Too?
Oh yeah,
Not
he's
to-
been he's been he's had a bumpy ride the past couple of decades.
Yeah, probably
He
should.
lives
lay
fast
off
and
the-
loose, you
yeah,
know.
Lay off the hooch.
So I didn't even realize they were like, he was like, oh, the liver numbers came back good. And my brother's like, well, cheers to that, like making a joke. And I didn't even, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. That's how wired our family is to booze.
Irish, Catholic.
When I start your topic, it's something I think about. Like, you know, a few friends have had to stop drinking, and I think about it must be so hard on certain occasions, like day in, day out, no problem.
Sure.
You know? But like certain occasions,
And that's these occasions.
Exactly.
And so it's the top 9 occasions.
they're all triggers
to
basically.
drink or, you know, to have a beer or a drink.
Top 9 occasions times to have a drink.
Yes. And because I'm very emotionally, like, that's my problem. Like, day to day, I don't drink.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, it's whatever. But, like, if, you know, for instance, like,
Social
there's
settings.
that thing's in the air.
Yeah.
It's like Pavlov's dogs. I get all charged up, and I'm like,
goes
I
hand
have to
in
drink.
hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there? Because I was thinking about this before we get into the list.
Sure.
With the seasons, right? Fall, it's a great time to drink.
Sure.
Because there's a football and all that stuff.
You ain't got to twist my arm, Tommy.
Winter time, great time to drink. Holidays, it's cold as shit. What
Sure.
else are you gonna do?
Of course.
Springtime.
So you're
it's
celebrating
spring,
the
it's
winter's
nice
over.
out. What are we doing?
Hey, come on.
Summertime. Who doesn't like a Corona on the beach?
Buddy, this
Rosé?
is what I'm talking
Rosé
about.
all day in the summer?
Come
That's what
on.
I'm saying. So there's no season. So before we
really
get in the
isn't.
list, this is what I want to know. Is there any occasion where it's not good to drink? What?
Not if you come from my family. No,
Yeah.
we're all in.
The only thing I could think of was job interview.
That's a bad. But if the job interview goes well, after the job interview, celebrate with a
Celebrate.
cocktail.
Sure. Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a yoga retreat. They're dry.
Yeah.
Like
They're enough. My wife did one of those. Those are no
wellness-
fun. Yeah.
Wellness weekends.
Mhm.
They don't do booze.
Yeah, stick to weed on that one. For sure. Psychedelics,
Edibles.
baby. All right, this is Kevin Ryan's top 9 times to drink. He's an expert in the field. Coming in at number 9.
Coming in at number 9, and it's not one of my favorite. It's more of a it's the hangover beer.
Okay.
It's after a long night of drinking. You don't want to drink, but it's the only way to kind of right the ship.
Hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog beer. Yeah. And I'm
It
not.
works.
I never really bought because the second I start drinking, like the rest of my day's over. But as I get older and the hangovers get a little worse, I find myself,
Yeah.
nipping the hooch around noon if I'm like, this isn't going to be good.
That's why it's number 9.
That's why it's number 9. But it's a necessity sometimes,
Totally.
Yeah, I think this is why I know I'm not an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's never been something I've really wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like-
saying. I don't like do. I even feel like a piece of trash when I'm doing it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what did you do last night? That this is where you're at in your life. You got to get a beer.
What's the scientific method of that? Why does that work? Because I've never even to me, I just drink water, have some Tylenol, maybe a bacon, egg, and cheese, as
I
opposed
think
to.
when you feel hungover, it curbs it a little. Like
Yeah,
the
kinda-
sick feeling.
Uh-huh,
Now
yeah.
you feel a little like well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It kind of gets you like a little not tipsy, but like you stop.
Weed does
Mhm.
it too. I know
Weed.
it's
Yeah, I
bad.
don't smoke weed. That's why I drink so much because I don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Well,
You
weed
know.
will
Full
help
disclosure,
me,
that's
though.
what I'm doing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, I don't drink that much. I'm like, yeah, well, you're high every single day. When I don't have that,
Yeah.
I'm forced to just drink,
Do you ever smoke?
No, I did early on in my like 12 or something. We
Mhm.
started smoking weed, and I would panic.
Yeah, yeah.
And like panic attacks are scary for adults. Let
Quick,
alone
give me a Coors Light.
somebody fill up that beer bong stat.
Uh-huh.
When you're when you're having a panic attack at 12, it's like
Uh-huh.
the world is ending.
Sure,
you know
sure,
what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lay off
hangover
the weed,
beer.
baby. Okay. That's a good 9. Coming in at number 8.
The next one is a tailgate, like drinking at a
Ooh.
tailgate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
baby.
mean? The
Forget
game's
about
ahead
it.
of you. Everybody's in unison. You're cheersing.
Confession: I've never been to tailgate.
Wow.
You know, I
you're a
don't-
New York kid, right?
Yeah.
They're not big in New York because there's not space really for it.
It's true.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense.
Like, we were born in the darkness on that shit.
Yeah, it comes to tailgates.
In Philly and stuff, like Phillies games, Eagles, like all that stuff,
wanna
like the
do
whole
it.
parking lot. Some people just go to tailgate.
I've done that hundreds of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would go down a tailgate
Mhm.
and like you would maybe buy like if you're going to like the Phillies game, you buy like a $9 ticket or whatever just to have.
Mhm.
But a lot of times you didn't even make it in.
Yeah.
Do you guys like flex and like have certain like setups? Like pickup trucks are better than people who bust out.
I've never done. It's mainly just like us standing around my buddies like Jetta drinking.
These guys are smoking cigarettes, fucking
Yeah, it's not.
pounding Bud Heavies.
Yeah, it's not like we're not. There's no like grill. Sometimes, rarely
That's
though.
what I picture, like grills and pickup trucks and like
Yeah, I've done that before,
coolers
Sure.
overflowing with
Maybe a
beer.
little frisbee, maybe a football, perhaps.
Yeah.
Throw that bad boy around a little bit. People go hard on the tailgate, too.
It's big, man.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
live. I got my brother-in-law lives for it. He's got the season tickets to the Eagles.
Mhm.
Every Sunday, it's like he leaves the house at 6 a.m. They go, they
I'm
set
not
up.
like a huge sport person, but I
Uh-huh.
love a theme, and I just love these games with this matching shirts.
It's great.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
great.
You're
That's
like jerseys, bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
what I
their
mean.
I love their outfits.
I love their outfits, how they all match.
Absolutely.
The colors are always the same.
Yeah, no, I like a good matching as well.
Mhm.
The thing with the tailgating, too, though, is like you start it young,
Mm-hmm.
so there's also the element of the police, too,
Oh yeah.
catching you,
Which we've
arresting
had
you,
happen.
perhaps.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got ran up on. We were 19, probably 20. I think I was in college, so
Mhm.
of around the legal drinking age, but we were all underage, and we were at a Phillies game, Dollar Dog Night. We used to do that,
That's the big tailgate.
Yeah, it's like the hot dogs are $1 all night long, so you
Mhm.
drink out in the parking lot until like the 6th inning,
Mhm.
and then you go in and get like 5 hot dogs and then leave.
Mhm.
And we were there, bunch of cases of beer, and these guys just parked next to us. Got out, it was like 2 guys and 2 girls. Looked like they had like the Phillies jersey on, the hat, the whatever. One guy was in like a Penn State shirt, and they're like, yeah, they're like, go Phils. We're like, yeah.
They were 21 Jump Streeting you?
Yes, they were
Yes.
like, go Phils. We're like, yeah, and they're like, you guys got ID? I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, ID.
Uh-huh.
I'm driving. I'm in the parking lot of Citizens Bank. I'm close enough to 21. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And they were like, no, like training day shit. Like pulled the badge out from under the thing, and they were
Mhm.
like, state police, show us your IDs.
Yeah. They made you
And-
smoke PCP.
I didn't know you like to get wet. And then they made us, they made us dump everything out because they were
Uh-huh.
like, we don't want to do the paperwork, just dump it out. But we had just gotten there, so it was like we had to open and dump out like 60 beers or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That took like 20 minutes.
That-
And then I didn't get in trouble for some reason. I didn't have my ID on me or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, oh,
That's always good.
So they wrote everybody, and everybody had to go to like drinking classes, like
Mm-hmm.
classes on why not to drink. They had to do community service. I got real fucked up for like 6 months.
Damn.
And I snuck
So
out.
they made you pour it out, and they got your friends in trouble.
Yeah.
Damn.
These fucking pussies.
Brutal, man. Yeah, that happened at my nephew's 21st birthday. Like, I went there just to tailgate, and like they like shut it down, like toward the end.
Yeah.
Because like some of them are 20.
It's funny when you're underage, there's certain ways to get around it. I feel like tailgates are one, weddings are another.
That's a
like
big
At
one.
restaurants, you can order something and get away with it.
Yeah, of course.
But you know
Order
you're
wine.
like on it at that age because you only have these little.
You're looking for the
opportunities.
you're looking for the lane where you're like, I think I can get a drink here type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
totally.
Did we all have fake IDs?
I did. My sister's 5 years older than me,
Oh,
so
that's
it was
perfect.
clutch. We
That's
look
so
alike.
good.
Yeah.
It was.
You have
it
the
was
backup.
legit.
Remember that was a big thing. If you had backup, if you had like a credit card in
Yeah,
the name or something.
Totally.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
And
sure.
I knew her birthday, knew all the details, the address. I'm like, hit me. You know, it's funny. She was bent out of shape about giving it to me because she was such a goody two shoes. And I
Really?
like, had to slap her around.
Hey, make good with the ID, Toots. Let's go.
You're using your brothers.
You could use mine.
Yeah. Coming in at number 7.
Coming in at number 7 is the after work beer.
Oh.
Ooh.
After like a happy hour, because I worked like a lot of construction, and that's like the big construction guy thing, like the construction crew thing is like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna knock off early and we're gonna go get beers across the street.
Blue collar.
It gets you
Yeah.
through the day, man.
It
It's like the
does.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You're like, just
Uh-huh.
get there.
You get there at 7, and they're like, "Yeah, I think at 1 we're gonna duck out and we're gonna go." You're like, "All right." So that's like keeps you, and you're sweating, you're all dirty, and you're just like sitting at the bar. You feel like an old sailor or something, you know?
Like Norm from Cheers.
Exactly, Tommy.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
it.
Blue collar. The Wire, season 2. Remember the dock workers?
Yeah. Same thing.
Get the duck to start drinking a little bit. But yeah, man, that's some blue collar shit.
Yeah, just
And you earned
it's like,
it.
you earned it. It's your reward.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you
It's your
this much.
It's your physical reward for the demanding job.
Yeah. I have such a weird relationship with alcohol where like I don't like being hungover anymore. I
Mhm.
kind of feel like just the whole thing is a waste of time.
Sure.
But like the thing of like working toward it, like anytime I've like wrapped something, like
Yeah.
like I've worked on, like the wrap party drink, that's to me.
Of course.
'Cause,
It's the
like-
same thing. It's the finish line.
Well, it's the beer after like a work day on steroids.
Yes.
Because it's like the big event of like, oh shit, we wrapped this thing and now we're getting fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the one justification of getting like hammered, I think.
I'm looking for those justifications every single
Beer
day.
Yeah,
even,
yeah,
like, tastes better.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh
Earned
yeah,
it.
you're just and you look back and reflect on the crazy week or month or whatever it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even in the hospitality industry, there's the after work drinks, but
Of
unfortunately,
course.
that's at 2 a.m.
I know. That's the same
No
thing with
different.
comedy. It's like sometimes your first drink is
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
1:30 or something.
We, in the old location, it was connected to Patty McGuire's, good old Patty
I
McGuire's.
was there last. I was
And
there this week.
We used to tease that that's the HR department. You'd
Yeah.
finish work at the stand, and you'd go right next door and drink your Guinness and Jameson and talk shop and
Yeah, man.
decompress.
That's a great Irish bar, man.
Great. Shout out to Patty McGuire.
Yeah.
Great one to have an after drink.
That's
After work
all.
drink.
That's like because I don't drink really when I perform. You know, like if we're on the road or whatever, I might have one just to like have one on stage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I stopped like actually drinking while I'm work. You know what I mean? Like once
Yeah.
it became a job, I'm like, okay, like I can't be getting tuned up at fucking work.
Yeah.
But that Patty's drink
Yeah.
after a night of running around doing spots or whatever,
Totally.
that's my finish line.
Do you
I'm
know
like,
they
that's
have
all.
to stay open until 4 a.m. no matter what? Even if they hadn't had a customer from 1 a.m.
Really?
until 4, it's like that's their rule.
That's their boss's rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that you have to, as a patron, it's 3 o'clock. It's
I can
still
still
open.
go
I can
there.
still go
Yeah,
there.
wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, the bartenders have a bitch about that
Yeah.
rule to me plenty of
bet.
times.
I'm sure.
But it is
Yeah.
what it is.
They do it right over there.
That's also the type of establishment where, I don't want to name any names, but come around 4 o'clock, they might close the door and you can hang a little later, till about 7.
We'll fix it in post. Not trying to hem anybody up in here.
It's fine.
No, I know. Coming in at number 6.
Day drinking.
Ooh.
And like
Very
when
specific.
you're obviously like, the events of like, you might be, I'm talking about like when you clear the schedule
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, we're going to a barbecue, it's whatever it is. And we're just drinking all day. That's fantastic. You're like,
So much
the
fun.
schedule's cleared. I'm not missing anything. I don't have to worry about I'm missing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just in it, baby.
Yep. Yeah, it's
And
the
beers hit a
marathon.
little different when it's light out.
Absolutely, you get fucked up quicker during the
yeah.
day.
It's the marathon. You know what I mean?
Of course. And you got to also gauge of like, all right, well, I can't start drinking whiskey at noon.
Mm-hmm.
You got to,
That's where I have issues. In general, my favorite drunk, I think, is getting drunk quick.
Oh, it's the best.
I like the quick drunk, man.
Who
just
doesn't?
like really just like knocking them back quickly and getting it done. So like sometimes with the marathon, the all day, I get exhausted.
Oh, it takes it out of
If
you.
you're out in the sun, it's hitting you. You know, you're tired. I mean, you better not have anything to do at night.
I know. Well,
You know what I
you
mean?
got to clear the whole schedule.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're like hammered at sunset, magic hour, taking pictures like,
Yeah, exactly. The bad thing.
I want to have a baby.
Shut up, Tom.
Impregnate me. The bad thing with day drinking though is if you kind of stop too early and the hangover sets in while you're awake.
Oh my God, it's
You know,
true.
like if you like drink from noon to 5 or whatever, and then
Yeah.
at like 9 o'clock you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
your head starts pounding.
yeah, you're all dehydrated. You're sweaty.
Yeah.
It's no good.
It's no good.
Nope. Did you ever day drink and then do a show?
Well, I was just thinking about that. I did it once.
Me
Yeah,
too. Back in the day.
Back in the day, it was I think it might have even been like a glorified open mic. It was in Philly at the time, and I didn't know. So we drank all day, and it was one of those things where like we went out to like brunch with like whatever, like 24, 25 or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not drinking. I have a spot tonight, and then like
your one friend called you a pussy.
exactly, you know what I mean, and then all right, I'll do one, and then like it's like Jaeger bombs and pancakes, and I had to go to a show, and I didn't know what to do, so I drank a bunch of coffee, thinking I was like drunk, and the coffee it was like the worst night. I like still think about that.
I know. It haunts me.
It does, man.
Yeah, that 3 minutes still haunts me. Yeah, no, same thing. I think it was like a Mad River. Remember like the Mad River like day drinking festival things they used to do in Manayunk?
I never really. That was more your turf.
Yeah, it was my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Back in the Main Street. Have you ever been to Manayunk? Main
No.
Street? You'd like it.
Is there a New York equivalent to that?
I feel
It would be like.
I could be crazy, but I thought there was a Mad River in New York briefly.
Sure, but I'm talking about Manayunk in general.
Hoboken?
Hobo, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Hoboken is.
It's like a lot of young professionals move there that don't, and it's like on the outskirts of the city. A lot of good bars, stuff like that. But everybody's like below 26. You know?
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
My tape. Just kidding.
God bless. Coming in at number 5.
This next one's a little not dicey, but a funeral beer.
Ooh.
Okay. I
Right?
was hoping you'd have funeral in here.
Yeah, after like you mourn, you go to the thing, and then they typically like, the lunch-in or like the
You
I like to pour the
Well,
beer
I was
right
gonna say
on
you
the,
pour some out.
on the ground.
pour it on the casket.
Yeah, for the dead homies. Yeah.
I've had some of my favorite moments, and like I romanticize it a little too much, but like I had like a really good laugh with my uncle after my grandmother's funeral. Like I forget, I don't even know what it was about, but it was like it breaks that tension of
Yeah.
like you're sad, you're mourning all day,
Yeah.
and then like somebody made like a stupid joke, and we just like died laughing over a beer, and like that will always resonate with me. That one beer I had.
Absolutely. To me, I think this is a good opportunity for a hard drink as well.
Oh, you gotta go stiff at a funeral. You can't be doing hard seltzers or something, you know. You gotta go after it.
Yeah. No mango madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's completely fine. You just don't want to get fucking hammered, you know?
I mean, you might want to, depending on how close the
Yeah.
person was.
Gotta
you know?
numb the pain, man.
I mean, you don't want to get sloppy at the funeral and then everyone.
Well, yeah, I think my family people tend to get a little. It's
Sure,
if
yeah.
you're like a little sloppy, it flies under the radar because someone's
it's
sloppy.
excusable. It's a funeral. You could be as sloppy
Yeah,
as you
you're
need to
mourning.
be. You're
Everybody
mourning.
mourns in their own way.
Yep.
Don't judge me, Tommy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The
Okay,
fuck.
so I guess you got pretty sloppy after that one beer. After that first laugh.
I tend to get a little sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think, you know.
But there's something nice. While it is like morbid, I do have like a nice connection to it for some reason. You know?
It's healing. Almost.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
Bonding. It's healing. It's soothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a coping mechanism.
Well, the two
Exactly.
big events, I mean, it's, wedding and funeral,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I mean,
Of course.
and like, you got to show up to both, right? And yeah, I think it's,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going like Jameson and Coke probably
Really?
for like a funeral drink.
Even,
Yeah.
but see, a lot of times
I
those
might
luncheons.
just go Jameson on the rocks, splash a Coke.
Ah,
Yeah, give me one hard drink. Cause you know, like,
yeah.
I remember one time at like a holiday, one of my family members just said something so ridiculous, like it was just like offensive, and like I just got up and just did a shot.
Really?
Yeah, cause like it
Your family is a little bonkers.
it wasn't even directed at me. It was like someone else.
Sure.
And like I was just like I got up and I had to have like a hard shot
To take the edge off.
And I mean the thing with funerals too is like families and like families you need to drink a little bit too to take the edge off. You know what I mean?
Of course, it brings yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're not with your family all day, every day.
Yeah, you gotta loosen it up a little bit.
I hear ya. I hear that.
Okay.
The next one,
This is 4?
I don't know. I don't have them numbered
Okay.
because the app it was misnumbering them.
It's okay.
So it was 1, 2, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, this will be 4.
Cool.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
ready.
I'll keep
Is the snow day drinking?
Ooh.
When like especially in New York too, like in your neighborhood in New York, it's like, oh, it's going to start snowing, or it's supposed to dump a bunch of snow all night. So you like go to the corner bar, the restaurant, you get drinks.
Yeah.
People in your neighborhood, your building, whatever. It's like a very
Absolutely.
Totally. I think I watched too many soap operas growing up. My mom used to plant me in front of the TV while she made dinner. But like these like natural disasters, like you're snowed in, the cave crumbles, you're trapped. Like that feeling of like there's nothing else to do but like be bad.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Drink and have sex and like be out of control.
That's a big thing in New York when like there is going to be a blizzard. It's like everybody starts hitting people up. Like, yo, what do you do? You know, you're trying to find someone to get snowed in with.
Get
Huh?
snowed in, get
That's why
drunk.
Tommy's always in my DMs from December on.
I don't know if you recall, back in the day, we used to call it snow hole.
Snow hole? No, I don't recall that.
Me and
It sounds
Reggie.
about right, yeah.
Yeah, line up some snow hole.
No, don't say that's a real thing, please.
I mean,
Tell
it
me
was
you
a
just
joke
made it
that
up
we
right
made
now.
back in the day. Yeah, you know, we were young kids. What are you gonna do?
This was in like '98. He's talking about.
Yeah.
He canceled for that.
No, absolutely.
Hole.
Line it up. But no, yeah, there's something magical about it too.
There is,
There's
and
the
it's,
magic
there's
of
another thing
snow.
too of like the schedule's cleared, so that
Yeah.
you're not missing anything. It's like a found
You're
party.
not delinquent for it. Because
Yes.
there's nothing you can do. It's out of your hands. School's closed. Work is done. It's safer to stay home.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
You're doing the right thing.
But yeah, staying home's one thing, but I really like it was fun like going to a bar. Like
Because
Yeah,
there's
you
the
gotta
mission
walk.
of getting there. You
gotta
gotta
walk,
put the
anywhere
boots on.
you could walk, and
Yeah, it's fun.
the deeper the snow, the harder the trek, the
Yeah.
more fun it is when you get to the
Yeah,
bar
of
and you
course.
open that door, you swing it open, and everyone did that same
yeah,
trek
exactly.
as you.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
your
Yeah,
cheeks
it's
are
rough.
red, it's warm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I love them. It's so good.
Let me get a
Everybody's
Yingling.
dressed like kind of goofy because they're all in boots and like
Pajamas.
like snow pants or whatever, you know, because you got to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's like a ski lodge.
No, yeah, exactly. That's that is the thing. It's like wherever you go, it's a ski lodge.
Everybody's like unbundling.
What are you
and-
drinking? What are you drinking during a snowstorm?
I tend to go beer and then like,
No, I like that.
shots of That's like my standard.
Yeah.
Is like beers and then shots of Jameson. You know, maybe an extra one or two in the winter nights just to keep cozy. You know.
Yeah, if you're feeling frisky.
Mm-hmm.
Adele?
I'll be basic and get like a hot toddy, but
That's perfect.
yeah, but it's so
Alright.
like I'll have a hot toddy. But
What is a hot toddy?
It's Jameson and tea lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds good.
Cloves.
Yeah.
But at home wine, like a snowed-in day or like a pandemic
Nice
moment.
red wine.
Red wine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm liking that.
It's also, I think there's like a primal thing too of like, you know, it's like Mother Nature. It's like tomorrow's not guaranteed a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like,
Yeah.
let's go out in a hail of gunfire, getting all boozed up
Yeah.
because we don't know what tomorrow. If tomorrow might not be promised,
Absolutely. Also,
and you start like looking like, oh, it's work going to get canceled. Those emails start going out, whatever. You know.
it gets a little harder the older you get, but like in the earlier years with snowing and drinking too, like having some beers and like going sledding or some shit like that.
Oh, fantastic!
Holy hell, that's
Yeah.
a good time.
Can't do that when you get old. Yeah, in your 20s
We're not
for
allowed
sure.
to sled anymore. That's kind of messed up. I guess when
Why?
we have kids, we could sled.
Yeah, the last time I went sledding, I was probably 24, 25.
You kind of got to let some shit go at some point in your life. You can't be sledding
I think you can
in
go
your
with
30s.
like your fiance and go sledding and be cute about
Maybe
it.
go tubing,
Tubing.
Yeah, a little more organized.
go skiing.
Yeah.
But you can't go sledding because then you're just around a bunch of little kids and you're like, where's their little kid?
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
If you have a kid, you can do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, what's going on here?
Fine.
Or at least go after dark, when all the kids are, you maybe go topless or something,
Yeah, and then you might be able to get away with a few things.
There you go, get a little
Mhm,
spicy.
absolutely. Coming in at number 3.
I have the beach.
Yes.
Drinking on the beach. I mean, people fly around the world to drink, to go somewhere on the beach, the white sand, the blue water, have a cocktail.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, I like not getting hammered on the beach.
Yeah.
Having like a couple really make me feel good and
Yeah,
stuff.
get the buzz going, and that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
If you get too drunk, then you're worried about.
The
I'm worried about
heat,
the sun.
You're worried about the sun in fucking
dehydration.
February, Tommy.
I am. I wear suntan lotion.
He
a
put
lot.
suntan lotion on in the car the one time.
I got some SPF 15 on right here.
These
The
lights.
lights are really coming in on me. But yeah, absolutely.
Nothing's better than like service on the beach though. Like, there's one thing to like bring a cooler. It's another thing to have.
If someone's bringing you
bringing
drinks.
you drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
Again, I mentioned it. Corona, I think, is just very nice.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
nice.
That's what it's made for. It's made to be drank on the beach with a lime.
Uh-huh.
That's what the commercials tell you to do. That's what I'm doing.
That's good marketing,
Hey, I'm in.
and it works. Daiquiri.
Anything I was just in the Dominican Republic with my buddies for a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
It was a birthday present to myself.
You deserve it again.
How I work
Sure.
hard. You're gonna
Mhm.
keep saying that.
Nope, I'm done. And once I said it that time, I was like, I already said it. Ease back, Tommy.
And same on the beach with something I wouldn't go to Patty's after a night of telling jokes and order a frozen margarita or a frozen
Time and a place.
time and a place
Yeah.
on the beach or by the pool. Get me something frozen.
Uh-huh.
I'm in. I'm also the big kind of guy where it's like I buy in to the environment.
Yeah.
If this is what everybody's doing, this is what I've been to Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
I dressed the fuck up and I called myself Hans for the weekend.
Sure. Uh-huh.
I want to be part of the scene.
Same, Kevin.
Yeah.
Same.
I love dressing. Any reason to get dressed. I mean, it's not on the list, but I love getting dressed up to drink.
Are you
It's
a
a big
Halloween
reason
guy,
for me.
though?
I was.
It's coming up. It's
I
spooky
am.
time.
Yeah, I mean, not big. Halloween's one thing, but
Mhm.
any St. Patty's Day, October, any reason to buy a shirt and put it on.
Irish Lives Matter.
Got that,
My
please.
dad has that shirt.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. That's the funniest Lives Matter of all because they don't. The last time I was down the shore, too, just was at the daiquiri thing,
Yeah.
when my parents met my lady's parents, I wish I had a supercut of my mom trying to find a strawberry daiquiri everywhere we went.
Really?
And she couldn't get it anywhere. And I don't know why it's so funny to me.
You have a strawberry daiquiri?
Uh-huh.
Strawberry daiquiri?
Hey, Gene, God bless.
I'm a big, love the beat. I don't because we go to the same shore. We grew up going to the same Jersey Shore.
North Wildwood,
North
baby,
Wildwood, New
specifically.
Jersey.
We're not mixing words here.
I've also heard it referred to it as the Irish Riviera, which is really funny.
Irish Riviera is pretty
It's just
good.
a bunch of drunk roofers and plumbers on the beach.
You didn't go to Irish Weekend, did you?
No, I didn't. I've only
Yeah.
ever done that once or twice.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
Yeah, it's just too chaotic.
I was actually down there for a wedding during it, but yeah.
You didn't go.
No.
Yeah. That's I'm a little cunty on when it comes to boozing on the birthdays. I'm I'll do that's not a big event for the same or New Year's Eve, same thing. I'm kind of over it. And I hate that line of oh, that's amateur hour or whatever. I get it, but it's just
Yeah, New Year's Eve, I've never
I
really...
I never really bought into it.
And I'll say this, too. Usually my New Year's Eves have just sucked because I have, too high of expectations.
Yeah.
The last time I had a good New Year's Eve was going into 2020. I went to a sick Killers concert, and then 2020 was the fucking most fucked up year ever. So it's even when New Year's Eve's good, it's it's almost like I'd rather it be bad so the rest of the year's good.
Sure. Yeah. I get it. Sorry, go.
No, you.
I had my favorite, same thing. My favorite New Year's Eve was 2020. I don't know what that means, but my wife had, my wife had just moved here, and we just went to a place, got dinner in the neighborhood at this nice Italian spot, and then just went out to Like there's an Irish pub on the corner, and we just did the countdown there. Like it was like a very New York moment.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like from Forrest Gump. You know, it was like a packed bar. Everybody's just kind of singing and.
You had two
everything.
prostitutes with Lieutenant Dan.
My legs were missing.
Uh-huh. He fell off the wheelchair. But yeah.
But I love that. I love the simpleness of it. Of like, I don't need the red carpet rolled out. You know.
Yes, and like your number 4 with the snowing, you could go sledding. You can always swim. Doesn't matter how old you are. So that's nice too. You could just pop in the ocean.
Oh, at the beach. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the New Year's Eve again.
Nah, my bad. I was just sticking with your number 3.
That's another thing. If you do get too boozed up on the beach, you gotta like a hangover cure right there. You want to jump in the water.
Sobers your ass up real quick.
It takes a couple beers off the total count. You know what I mean?
Really
You're
does.
like if you're too drunk, you pop out. All right, maybe get a sandwich, slice of pizza.
Yeah. Hey, you want to get baptized by God?
Yeah.
Throw it in the fucking ocean.
Go see
That'll
Jesus.
Make you feel good. If you had a night before that you're not really too proud of, pop in the ocean.
Oh, I do that every time we're down the shore. I was
Uh-huh.
just the last time I was down the shore was with you. We went out and got all drunk.
Uh-huh.
I woke up the next morning, hopped in the ocean. All my sins were absolved.
Rebirth.
That's a good hangover cure right there.
It's the best, especially
Yeah.
if it's a little cold. Gets the engine firing.
Absolutely. I wish there was one more beach day. You know how October you get one hot day?
Yeah,
I think we had it.
we did.
The whole thing was warm. It just got cold
yeah,
today.
it just got cold. Yeah, today.
And
or yesterday.
Thursday or Wednesday actually looks like it might be warm. But
Let's head down to the beach, Tommy. Put this whole town in our rear view.
Hey,
Me,
sounds-
you, couple of Coronas,
Go down to Wildwood.
couple of Speedos.
What's the bar now that was the place that you would go on Wednesday nights, but it doesn't
In New York?
no, in Wildwood. Remember the Wednesday like dollar beer place?
No.
Really? I'm
Westies?
surprised. No, Westies was the one on the corner.
Where was it? Do you know where it was?
It was if Westies is on the corner, you would turn and make a left, and it was across the street.
Echoes?
Echoes. Yeah.
STD free since 1983.
Yeah.
That was their motto. And it was not.
True at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Learned that one the hard way. That was 3, right?
That was 3.
Okay.
Next one.
Coming in at number 2.
Number 2. Just did it last week. It's fantastic. The airport beer. Drinking at an airport, specifically on your way
Yeah,
to
I
a
was gonna
vacation.
say it's a lot different
Yes,
on the way home to
yes,
be drinking.
yes.
I'm
Yeah,
coming home.
I know.
When you're leaving, you're like, I'm fucking out of here.
Fuck everybody. Again, it's that thing of like nothing else matters. Like I just have to get on this plane and go to this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're coming home and you're flying back into like reality, no.
Yeah, no, a drink at the airport before a vacation is the fucking best.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, hopefully there's a guy at the bar with a cowboy hat on. You could talk to him a little bit.
And that's the other thing too is like
You got
you're
those type
one
of people.
if you're by yourself or with like one other person, like your spouse or significant other or friend, the people typically I don't want to talk to somebody if I'm in New York at a bar by myself. I don't not that happens very often, but I don't want to talk to the person next to me. Like I'm not like looking for small talk.
Mm-hmm.
But at an airport, you're leaving or they're leaving within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's never like
Yeah.
it's like this rotating series of characters that come. Where are you going? I'm going to Thailand. No fucking way.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that chit chat because I'm leaving or they're leaving. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Absolutely. Also, you're about to be on the airplane. It's like a movie on an airplane is good because you're on an airplane.
It's always better, of course.
So, like,
Anything on
the
an airplane's
alcohol,
better.
Yeah. Now, are you taking it from the bar to the? Are you drinking on the
No.
flight?
You're pounding it.
A lot. Again, if I'm flying somewhere for comedy, obviously I'm working that day, so I'm not going to drink. But like for a long time, like I said, my wife lived in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
so I would have to fly over. We would fly back and forth, and when I would fly, that was like I would have like 3 beers at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would drink on the plane because it would be a 7-hour flight, and I would want it to pass out because I'm not a great flyer, so I would want it to, have a couple take the edge off, and then hopefully
Then
pass out.
then you're hungover by the time you reach Dusseldorf.
I know it's no good, dude. The one time I got pretty banged up. I had like maybe 4 or 5 beers at the bar because I think it got delayed or something. So I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna get on this and pass out, and I got on, passed out before we even took off, and woke up, and we were like 90 minutes later, we were still on the runway.
Yeah.
And now I'm facing a 7.5-hour flight with a hangover, already like in my seat in a seatbelt, just like fuck me.
Brutal. I took a very strong edible once, right when I was going in, I got on the airplane. I took the edible. We're about to take off. I have like a Jay-Z song on like all around the world. I'm going to like a writing job in LA, and they start going. They're right about to get off the air, and then
They stop?
They stop. And then they were like, we can't take off, and like everybody has to get off the fucking plane. So
Fuck that, dude.
and this is so I took the edible. So then I had to get off the plane and like try to like recalculate or like
What the
find
fuck's
another
going
flight
on?
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
a fucking nightmare. It was so funny of just like such ill-timed edible
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get jammed up. That's the problem with drinking on an airplane or at an airport. It's like a lot can go wrong with
Hey,
air travel.
Big risk, big reward, and that's why it's number 2, folks.
I know, and I remember the first time I drank at an airport. I was 18. I was going to. It was like one of those things where you find that avenue. You even said it earlier, like an airport, where you find that avenue where you can drink. And I was going out to L.A. with my brother for fucking something. And it was just me and him, and he was like 23, whatever, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so where it's like 8 a.m., we have like an 8 a.m. flight, so we're there, and we're sitting at the airport bar. I think we like got breakfast or whatever. And my brother ordered a mimosa, right? And my brother likes the booze himself. Like I said, everybody in my family does. But we sit down to order, and I don't know what, I'm not just going to order. Especially at 18, I had like a proper baby face.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, let me get 2 mimosas. And I go, oh, that's like, he's like, we'll take 2 mimosas and whatever. So I go, oh, that's good. So they came and dropped it. And then we had like 3 or 4 of them or whatever. And then we started talking. She's like, oh, what are you guys going out to L.A. for? He's like, oh, it's my birthday. He's like, oh, it's my brother's birthday. And she's like, oh, your brother who's clearly not 21? And he's like, we're at the airport bar. He's close enough. I'm like, perfect. And I think that's what I've had ever since then. I'm like, there's certain situations where you're close enough to 21.
Yeah. Also, it's almost like it's like international waters.
It is.
Yeah.
It's lawless. Everybody's,
Yeah.
again, you're facing death. You're getting on this plane that might not make it.
Yeah.
You know?
You're sending,
Tomorrow doesn't matter. Give me the mimosas.
Well, that's why I think like during like the Vietnam War, like the age to drink was 18 because it's like we're sending these kids to fucking die.
I know. Yeah.
They should be able to have a Michelob Ultra if they want to. One of those things.
My family was big on, we did, there was a guy in my family who was a cop, and I was 16, and he's like, how old are you? We were like all drinking down the shore. I'm like, 16.
Mhm.
I'm like, he can drink. And I was just like, that's how I was. And everybody's like, what do you mean? He's like, he's old enough to drive. He's old enough to drink, which is obviously backwards logic. But
Yeah,
I'm like, I get it. And this was a cop. I'm like, sign me up.
sure. I mean, it's the Irish culture, man. It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Everything's around booze, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You work hard. You deserve it. Coming in at number 1. This
Really
is
looking
Kevin
for those opening
Ryan's
spots.
Top 9 places to drink. This is number 1.
And we've mentioned it a bunch. It's a wedding.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing. It's the culmination of.
We are
Oh,
family.
come on.
I got all my Coors Lights in me. Yeah, for sure.
It's the culmination of you get dressed up, right?
Mhm.
Everybody's get dressed up. It's this special event. A lot of times, you're in another city or like it's an hour away or whatever. You're staying somewhere.
Mhm.
You don't have your only responsibility is the brunch the next day, so the schedule's cleared.
Yep.
Everybody,
Ultimate party.
it's the fucking best.
yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Everybody's dancing, singing, and everybody's drunk. Not everybody. 90% of people in the place are drinking, so it's like you're not going to be the person that makes an ass out of yourself the most. Someone else is probably going to beat you.
Yeah.
So you can let go, let your hair down.
It's the ultimate celebration.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I went to one in a Sea Isle
Mm-hmm.
like last month. Phenomenal.
It's the best.
Nice little out. I love a wedding that has the outside and the inside.
Oh, you
You
need
know,
it. You
you
need
need both.
you need the roving, like, I'm gonna go outside, people out there smoking, you hang there
Yeah.
for a little bit, you pop back in, do a little
Mhm.
dancing, a little
I just
shimmy.
never want weddings to end. I imagine what the bride feels like is times 10, but
It-
like you just want it to continue.
You never want it to never.
It's like
Absolutely.
so much fun. There's like
Yeah.
little pockets of times of the night when you're with this crew and that crew, and
Mm.
you bond. You have a good conversation over here. You have an awkward one over there, and
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
keep
Mhm.
moving.
It's
Yes, this
so
guy to try to
fucking-
get you pregnant. This other guy tries to get you pregnant. You don't want him to get you
This other
pregnant.
guy
I get
gets you
it.
pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very and people complain, they're like, oh, I gotta go here for a wedding. I'm like, I'd go to fucking Cleveland for a wedding. Like,
Uh-huh.
sign
I hate
me
people
up.
who complain about going to weddings.
Yeah, like, what are you talking
People
about?
complain about everything, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it is one of those things.
Sign me up for the 3-day wedding. I'm in. I want to get there before. I want to get, like, I just want to do that.
Oh, and by the way,
I work hard enough, right?
Yes.
you deserve it.
There we go.
There we
Bringing
go.
Tommy's joke back.
Not too bad. Listen, if you subscribe to us on YouTube, I will invite you to my wedding, which is on October 9th.
I'm not even sure I got invited.
You've said this 5 times. You're invited.
I
What
don't
the
know.
hell?
I'm waiting for a save the date or
Adele's
something.
on the fence. You're in, baby. I'll tell
You said I have to be invited because I'm your co-host. Your
It's
words.
true. It's good
not
Potter,
mine.
too.
It's true, of course. Please. What are you kidding me? October 9th. It's a 5-hour drive. So don't complain.
Fuck, I did just say, now I can't complain about it. I'm going to drive 5 hours to
I don't
your
know. Yeah,
fucking
your
wedding.
eyes widened when I told you it was 5 hours away last week. Yeah, it is what it is. There is an airport 45 minutes away.
Ugh.
But the problem with that is, like, I don't understand, like, wouldn't you rather just drive somewhere 5 hours than take a plane somewhere 45 minutes? Because you got to wait for the plane.
Yeah, it's still
You gotta
that
rent a
plane is going to
car.
be door to door. It's going to be from when you leave your house till you get on the plane, fly there, land, get your shit, and get to the hotel. It's going to be 5 hours.
5 hours is like the most imperfect amount of time to drive because you might as well just drive it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I think 4. Anything over 4 is worth flying too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna fly to my wedding?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you're not getting a +1.
She needs to find someone at the wedding. It's a
Yeah.
perfect time to meet
What
somebody.
if I have a baby daddy by then?
Ooh,
it's
it's
in
a
less
plus
than
2.
a year.
I mean, she could be. That's only 9 months.
Maybe I'm ready to pop.
I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Rude.
No. Hey, listen. We'll see how. No, you're not getting a +1. Out of here.
Fine.
Unless he's married. I have to give him a +1.
That's fine. No, I'm more.
You don't
than-
have to. I could go play
More
the
than-
field a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See what's up.
Get a manager of a comedy club pregnant. Listen. Hey, listen. We're just having fun. We're just teasing.
Weddings are a good place to meet people, though, too. 'cause
They
you
are.
look your best.
Yes.
Love is in the air.
Isn't it
it's
really
super
just the most
romantic.
glamorous like one night stand too
I've never had a one-night stand.
in your life? Maybe that's
No.
the problem.
Fuck you. Hi, guys.
Never say never.
I
I haven't had one yet. How about
You're
that?
only allowed to come to my wedding if you have a one night stand with my father.
Oh God.
And we'll fix that one in post too.
Do your parents
We're
listen?
swinging.
They for sure listen.
No, they got a lot going on.
Shout out to Big Tom and Jeannie. I love you. I'll see you soon.
Cassidy
Yeah,
family.
God bless. October 9th, right around the corner. Yeah, man, I love drinking at weddings. It's the same thing.
Typically,
as
it's open bar, so you're not paying for it. Not that matters, but it's like, you don't have to wait. There's no like, you just go up. Hey, this.
I love to
that.
progressively get more and more generous with the bartender. I'm just like,
yeah.
here's $5.
Yeah.
Here's 20.
I have a rule. I hit them real heavy early on.
Oh,
First
smart.
round, I get there 100. Like, just go. Here it is.
Yeah.
Remember me.
Remember
Don't keep me waiting.
Eye
when,
contact.
when I'm
Me.
floating in the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
come
See
come
this?
for me.
Blue handkerchief. It's me. Remember me. I'm the guy.
I tell him to take care of him. At the end of the night, I slink out.
Yeah, listen. I'll send you some Bitcoin later.
Hey, listen. No, yeah. We were talking, me and my lady were talking about it. What do you think's a good signature cocktail for a wedding?
I did.
Just depends on-
I did a Manhattan at mine because one, I like them,
Sure.
and two,
Classy.
a couple. I had a very small wedding, and I was supposed to have that you weren't invited to. I apologize.
Hey, listen, no problem.
And then I was
Foley
gonna have.
wasn't invited either, so I didn't take any offense.
We were gonna have a bigger one. Like we had like a very small family one, and then we were gonna have a bigger one, but then the pandemic hit, so that squashed that. But we had a Manhattan because I like Manhattans, and my couple of my uncles enjoy Manhattans that were there. So
Sure.
I was like, it was perfect.
Yeah. At your imaginary wedding, what do you think you would want as your?
I would go classic champagne.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, but you get champagne no matter what, right?
You get prosecco no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd
Also-
want like good French champagne and crystal glasses.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like some like
fancy.
beautiful fancy. You feel
Uh-huh.
fancy when you're holding it.
Sure. Yeah. My lady wants like Jack and apple juice or something.
Man, that
Goofy broad.
Yeah.
Love you, honey.
Jack Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of hard seltzers, which I had a Fireball for the first time in like 10 years. That stuff's all right too. I don't know if you've had it recently.
This is a good
It's
time
pretty
of year
good.
for a fireball shot.
It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought about bringing a couple pumpkin beers to the podcast today.
I would have had. I got to work tonight. I can't.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Any
Great.
honorable mentions, Tom, for occasions you like to drink?
I had one, but I like getting real drunk, going to a haunted house.
Really?
No. I'm just
Okay, I was like, what the fuck? What kind of
Scared-
wacko are you?
Scare the people on the haunted hayride.
Ah.
Nah, but I liked, like cause I like drinking more when I was younger. So I think of like the drinking at like a bonfire type of thing.
Always good.
It's the same thing as like a tailgate kind of. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
anytime there's like a fire, you're wearing a hoodie,
Mm-hmm.
crisp
Keg
weather.
stands. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Cake stands are pretty cool. I haven't
At
done one in a long
bonfires,
time.
that was the best. You'd
Yeah.
like line up to do your keg stand.
So you did that in New York and Queens.
Yeah.
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 How about you? You got anything?
Sometimes I find myself choosing to drink red wine to have a good cry.
I love that. That's
Okay.
fantastic.
Like, tonight I'll like lock the doors of the stand, pour myself a glass of wine,
and get a
just-
little emo.
Cry
yeah,
inside?
and
Yes.
just get a little emo, and it's like a release.
It
And I
is.
feel better.
It's
for
like
it.
it gets you the red wine or booze in general will get you like right to the edge of
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna let go and I'm gonna let my hair down and cry a little
I'm gonna
bit.
grovel in this, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
okay.
I like,
Very therapeutic.
No.
Alcohol. Shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good cry. I love a good laugh. It's one of those things you
Yeah.
got to let it out. You
Mhm.
can't hold things in.
Gotta get it out.
I
There.
almost prefer crying sober.
No, you
I
gotta
don't
lean
know.
into that shit
Yeah.
with the alcohol.
I'm more of a happy crier though. I don't cry that.
Really?
Did you ever cry on the train?
In New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
of course.
tears?
Not happy.
No,
they've
I've
always
cried-
been sad.
I've
Yeah.
cried on the train before. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
at one point when we moved up here, when we
We were
moved up
crying
here,
together on
we
the
were
train?
yeah. I mean, we were taking some fucking
Duh.
losses
Yeah,
for a long time.
Yeah. I remember
An hour and 20-minute train ride home.
absolutely.
That would get you.
Crying in the rain is tough, but also
It's easier for me because
It
it's when I
is.
go. It's just like again, it's like that. It's like lubrication. It catches it, and I'm like, I'm crying.
yeah, and you can't. But that's the problem. Like crying in the rain is cool because the rain covers it.
Mm-hmm.
When you're crying on the train, there's no covering it.
No,
But like
you
everybody,
just look like the crazy guy on the train.
yeah.
No one fucking flinches though, because everyone's like been there.
Yeah, I mean, especially New York. I was like, yeah, I get it, man. This place can fucking suck sometimes.
Yeah, man. So funny.
Another good drinking girls' night. Girls' night is
Sure.
good
That's nice.
for us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Couple cocktails, little gossiping, maybe some
Mhm.
pillow fighting,
Spill the tea,
listening.
talk shit about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
experimenting. Who knows what's going on? Huh? Yeah, sure.
I just had that. I went to Philly we do an annual like guys there for the guys I grew up kids I grew up with,
Mhm.
and same thing. It's like it's just a vehicle to drink and
Mhm.
shit on each other and remedy. You know what I mean? Went out to a nice dinner, but it's still like it's
Totally.
that it's a bonding experience.
So the moral of the story is don't let it get out of control.
Yes.
So we get to still have the privilege
Yes.
of drinking. 'Cause
Moderation.
Moderation. If you abuse it, you lose it.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And any sporting event. I know we talk about tailgating, but I mean, it's just nice to have a drink.
That's another like
Watching.
drink in a theme way. Like you gotta have a beer at the Met game. Like,
Yes,
you gotta,
yes,
you know,
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
You
You're
can't
not
be
gonna
like
drink
to
a
me. It's like
Cosmo
yeah,
or a
you can't
glass
be doing
of
like
wine.
rum and cokes, which you were at the last Mets game we went to, drinking
Yeah, I
like
think
Jack and ginger ales or
I
something.
think I just had
That's
one. of
goofy.
the- You think so?
Yeah, you need a beer.
I want a beer out of a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some peanuts.
Yeah, I like it all, baby. But sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is such a fun episode.
Absolutely. One time I
I need a
drank.
drink.
I know, right? Drink along at home, folks.
Starting to itch a little bit. Don't drink at Briss's. That's not good.
No.
No.
especially if you're
I've
the
never
rabbi.
been.
Especially if you're the Moyle.
You've been. Ah!
No, I've never been to a Briss. Only on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. What an episode, huh?
So fun.
Oh,
God
thanks
bless.
for having me.
Oh,
Thanks,
thanks for
Kevin.
coming. Where can the people find you at?
I'm at Kevin Ryan Comedy on all social media, and check out my podcast, Are You Garbage?
Yes, sir.
And check us out on the road. Tommy will be there.
Yep, great times.
New episodes of Top 9 Podcasts every Tuesday. Exciting. And subscribe and like and make comments and say hello.
Absolutely.
I'll be there.
TomCassidy.com. New York, Adelphia every Wednesday at 8 at Old Man Hustle Brooklyn Comedy Club. We got the New York Comedy Festival show coming up on November 10th. Are You Garbage is doing the big leagues. Gotham
Be at Gotham on November 11th.
Gotham
Check it
Comedy
out.
Club. Is it? I think it's the 9th.
November 9th. I apologize. Thank you for correcting
New York
me,
Comedy
Tommy.
Festival
Okay.
Week is like our fashion week.
Yes.
Yeah. That's coming up. Very
We're gonna
exciting
have good
times.
times.
But thank you guys for listening. We'll
Yes.
see you next week. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Adele.
Thanks. Bye.
Peace out.